Hello friends, Dr. Richard Maka here again on special Lenten episode of Eucharistic Adoration. In today's episode, I am continuing with my reflection on positive attitude to suffering. I'll be giving specific instances, as much as time permits, of saints who, like their Master Jesus, bore their crosses with less focus on the pains and rather focused on that faint spark of positivity I spoke of in the last episode. That is the hidden treasure in suffering. Discovering this hidden treasure, they become positively disposed to suffering, and so became victorious through it. We celebrate them today and are likely to celebrate them until the end of age. Examples of such souls abound in the scriptures, in Christendom, and even in the secular world. But I will only talk about two or more because of want of time. A good example is St. Patrick of Ireland. His feast day is celebrated on 17th March every year. He is credited with bringing Christianity to Ireland and honored as patron saint and national apostle of Ireland. The saint is also honored as a patron saint of Nigeria, given that Catholicism was brought to Nigeria by Irish missionaries. His feast is also well celebrated in US, UK, Australia, Canada, Argentina, and New Zealand. What made and makes St. Patrick thick, even to this day? It is nothing other than that he saw the hand of God in the perceived misfortune that befell him as a young man. He was originally from a wealthy, noble British family, but was captured and taken into slavery to then pagan Ireland at a very young age. The paganism in Ireland then was such that they offered human sacrifices to the many gods they worshipped, including serpents. So Patrick experienced this firsthand. By divine providence, he escaped from captivity and returned to Britain, to a life of nobility and affluence, but he chose to study for priesthood. He eventually became a priest and even a bishop, but left his comfort zone to Ireland, that the land which dwelt in darkness of idolatry might experience the light of Christ. This way he sowed the seed of faith in Ireland, which spread to many countries, including Nigeria. Through his instrumentality, snakes were cast out of Ireland from his time in the 5th century AD until 2018, when a snake was washed ashore in that country after a pro-abortion law was enacted by evil leaders. It is why his image is usually depicted with serpents surrounding him and a staff stuck to the soil. The story is told of how he cast out serpents in Ireland using that his staff. Dear friends in Christ, St. Patrick saw the hand of God in his travail as a captive and did not let the great opportunity presented by the cross to pass him by. God formed him through suffering for a greater task, to be used as a veritable instrument in the world. And so God forms all his instruments. None is exempted. We know the story of Joseph in the Bible, who was sold by his brothers to slavery. We know of St. Padre Pio, who experienced unimaginable spiritual torments right from childhood till the very end of his life. What about the Mother of God, the Blessed Virgin Mary? Most times I am terrified to even imagine what that woman went through. At least we know a little about her sorrows as recorded in the scriptures. I just want to talk briefly about one of them, that is the loss of Jesus in the temple for 3 days, which in no way can be compared to her mystical passion during the passion and death of the Lord. Recounting her experience for that 3 days to Venerable Mary of Agreda, as recorded in the mystical city of God, Our Lady told her that those 3 days were 3 days of complete and unimaginable darkness, permitted by God for her to experience firsthand the intensity of the darkness we souls starved of the light of God experience, and so prepare her as a foremost intercessor for souls. Dear friends in Christ, if God formed the mother of his only beloved Son through suffering, is it not a privilege that you be so formed? Of course it is, and the best place to dispose yourself to be so formed is in adoration before Jesus in the Blessed Sacraments. He told us that adoration is a furnace and a forge. So be a Eucharistic adorer that surrenders to this furnace, that you may be molded to a veritable instrument in God's hand. Thank you, and God bless you.